Hi and welcome back to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League and to our BTCC Replica Championship, or as Ryan likes to call it, the Ultimate Touring Car Championship, which is a better name but a bit more confusing to say for me. So I'm going to stick with BTCC. This is race 3. We've saw two fantastic races, two different winners as well here at Tsukuba. So on to race 3 we go. The guys have had their dinner. They've all had a few cups of tea and maybe even a nap from one or two of them, but they are back on track. Headlights back on again because this is twilight, so it's probably going to get a little bit darker. So they did the early morning race this morning in the dark. Then we've had a daytime race, and now we're back to it's a bit dark and a bit murky. Track's cooled down as well, and tyre wear has gone up. Now, a lot of the guys are going to be on the medium tyres. They've used their softs in races 1 and 2. I think it was Grasshopper and Brownie who have used their medium tyres, so they're going to be on soft. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do in this race. So we're going to have a look down the grid. Now, the grid is as they finished, apart from the first 5 guys who will start at the back and reversed. So let's have a look and see who is where. So Bennett is on pole position now with Scooby in second, Willard is third, Grasshopper is fourth, Brownie fifth, Stealth is sixth, Brian Moncani seventh, Neil Farmack is eighth, Stormfly ninth, and winner of race 2, Wadru, all the way back down in 10th. So we'll go and change the camera now. Then we've got 3 lights on. Let's get 5. Let's knock them out and get this race underway. Standing start, which is not something we normally do at the Ultimate Racing League, but we thought for the BTCC, why not? Let's keep it as near as we can to the real thing. So off they go. Bennett leading the way then. He's got Scooby and Willard chasing him down already. Grasshopper, he's having a look at getting himself up into the front runners. He's up there in third now. Willard dropped down to 4th. Then we've got Stealth in the Focus. Very quick off the line, that Focus, even with the medium tyres on. So Stealth straight up there into the top 5, although coming under a lot of attention from Neil Farmack already. Stormfly in 7th, Brian Moncani, he is in 8th with Brownie just behind in 9th, and Wadru still in 10th. Wadru just taking his time at the minute, letting everything calm down in front of him, and then think about making his moves. Tyre wise, let's have a look. Everybody I think is going to be on the mediums apart from Grasshopper. There we go, on softs. And also, I believe, yes, it was Brownie on the softs as well. So we'll keep an eye on their tyres, although Grasshopper very good at looking after his. So still out in front then in the crawler is Bennett, and looking to open up a little bit of a gap back to Scooby, who's having a bit of a fight with Grasshopper at the minute. The two BMWs scrapping it out for their P2. Scooby just holding on to it for the minute as we come around to Dunlop Corner at turn 5, then into turn 6, which is this left-hander. A little kink in the road at turn 7, and then we're into the hairpin at turn 8, and Grasshopper just sort of following Scooby through there. Bennett, oh well, decent bit of breathing space at the minute. Couple of car lengths he's got. Let's just hope that lasts for him. Stealth into 4th already in the Focus. As I say, early doors, the Focus is extremely quick and easy to handle, but it does tend to become a bit of a monster as the race goes on. So let's just hope Stealth can stay out there in the top 4 or 5. He's got Neil Farmack chasing him down again. Pretty much carbon copy of race 2, actually. Stormfly in 6. A bit of a gap between himself and Willard behind, and well, he's not that far off Neil Farmack, is he? I was going to say there's a bit of a gap between himself and Neil Farmack, but it's not that much of a gap now. We know how quick Stormfly is. We call him the Flying Dutchman for a good reason, and here we be soon looking at getting himself up on that podium as the race progresses. You can see it is starting to get a little bit darker, and the Japanese here at Tsukuba will be turning the lights out, so we'll be thrown to darkness again, no doubt. Let's just hope not, because we do like to see the cars. So Willard in 7th. He's having a bit of a fight with Brian Moncani, or Brian Moncani's having a bit of a fight with Brownie. Brian Moncani going an extremely long route around turn 9. And then as they come up the hill towards turn 1, Brian McCartney tight on the inside. Brownie just holding on to 8th position. Wadru sitting there in 10th still. We are on lap 4 and Wadru not being able to make any progress so far. Maybe he's just saving himself, letting the people in front of him make a mistake. Now we're going to be more interested in the tyres, I think, with Brownie. You can see they're starting to wear a little bit on the front left. Let's have a look at Grasshopper. Yeah, looking after him as I thought he would. So Grasshopper still doing a good job in 3rd, Scooby in 2nd, with Bennett really leading the way at the minute in that little Corolla. It is showing everybody what it can do once it gets out in front. And he's got quite a nice gap actually. Nice bit of breathing space between himself and Scooby. Although Scooby has got Grasshopper all over the back of him. So while those two are scrapping it out, then Bennett might be able to open up a little bit more of a gap, which is exactly what he wants. Neil Farmack has managed to get by Stealth and up into 4th, although Stealth fighting back. And he does have, if we look in our mirror, Stormfly all over the back of us. So Stealth concentrating on trying to catch up to the back of Neil Farmack. Try and get in the slipstream, Stealth, and keep up with him, especially on this straight. You've got the power in that Focus. Although he does like to take quite a deep, yeah, again, Stealth gone very deep into turn 8, and that's allowed Stormfly to get up alongside of him. He's put that BMW exactly where he wants it as Stormfly, and that is on the inside as we come into turn 9. Oh, he's dropped behind. I thought he was going to cruise by Stealth actually. Shows what I know, eh? Now he's had a look. Now that was a very late look, wasn't it? And that forced him quite wide, and Stealth just said thank you very much, you go as wide as you like, and retakes 5th. Oh no, now they're side by side as they go into turn 4. Stormfly on the inside, Stealth trying to go around the outside, but he's going to run out of track and has to slot in behind Stormfly into P6. We are just over 5.5 minutes into this race, and I'm more interested in the tyres. So Brownie, wow, look at his front left. He's we're, like I say, just approaching 6 minutes, so another 9 minutes to go, and we're probably looking at already 40% wear on the front left. So Brownie could be struggling towards the end of this race for tyres. Grasshopper, who's now managed to get by Scooby and move up into P2, also on the soft tyres, but he is looking after them a lot better. So he should be okay actually, Grasshopper. Maybe even look at getting P1 shortly. Bennett is on the medium tyres. In fact, he's got more wear on the medium tyres than Grasshopper has got on the softs. That's how well Grasshopper's looking after his tyres. Scooby on the medium, so not a great deal he can do about Grasshopper. I mean, Grasshopper's quick anyway, but put him on some soft tyres and you are going to struggle to hold him off for long. So Scooby in 3rd, he's got Neil Farmack coming up quick in 4th. Let's just go down the order a little bit. Let's see how Brownie's getting on now. Them tyres really are starting to hurt at the front left. Brian Moncani still chasing him down, putting the pressure on. Wadru, surprisingly, still in 10th. Can't really make his way through the pack. We are just coming up to halfway through this final race of round 2, and winner of race 2, Wadru, still at the back. He just cannot seem to find a way through, although he's having a bit of a look up the inside of Brownie now into turn 1. Pulls up alongside Brownie through the next section of the S's, turns 2, 3, up to turn 4. Brian Moncani up into 8. That did look like Brownie went very wide now. Maybe that's the tyres really starting to hurt him now, as Wadru and Brownie both go through, and Brownie has to drop down to 10th. Back up to the pointy bit though, and Bennett is still out in front, led right from the very beginning. So 8 laps ago he took the lead and he stayed out there and doing a fantastic job in that little Corolla is Bennett. Although Grasshopper is getting really hungry for P1 now, and the pressure is starting to be put on. How long can Bennett hold Grasshopper off? As long as Grasshopper doesn't stop to change somebody's wheel, he should be okay. Up towards turn 4. And Grasshopper now getting ever closer to Bennett. Tyres starting to wear on Bennett's front left. And Grasshopper, I'm just amazed at how well he's looking after his tyres. Neil Farmack in third. He's got about, well, he's got more tyre wear than Grasshopper, and Grasshopper's on the softs. As we see, Stormfly trying to challenge Scooby. He's right up his derriere, down towards turn 9. A bit of a late dive there to the outside, well, the inside actually. And Stormfly gets the job done, although Scooby fighting back at him. Now it is Scooby's turn to get up on the inside, or has Stormfly managed to cut that one off? Yeah, he has. Yeah, Stormfly just closed the door on Scooby before Scooby could get his car on the inside, so good driving there from Stormfly. Saw the danger and cut it off very, very quickly. Back up to the top though. Bennett still coming under pressure from Grasshopper. Neil Farmack sitting there as well in P3. He's just waiting for a mistake from either of the two guys in front. As we come up to 9.5 minutes, so 5.5 minutes of this race to go. So if Grasshopper wants to take the win, he's going to have to do something pretty quickly. Neil Farmack is sensing he could take the win as well, as Neil Farmack has a bit of a look at the inside of Grasshopper as they go in towards turn 9. Can't get it done there. Maybe the BM has just got a little bit too much for that Hyundai in the turns. Neil Farmack tried to take a tighter line, but Grasshopper cut that one off as well. He's not letting him in, is he? Stormfly sitting in 4th. Getting closer and closer. He senses another podium finish. And you can never write him off, can you, for getting up there and having a sip of champagne. Excuse me. Scooby in 5th. He's having a good race actually, is Scooby. Holding his own in 5th. He's got Stealth chasing him down in the Focus. So Stealth will be looking to move up into 5th. He's certainly got the power under his right foot. It's just whether he can get close enough and keep a tighter line through the turns. Well, let's have a look. Is he going to have a go? No, not this time around. Unless Scooby makes a mistake here, which it doesn't like he's going to. Willard sitting in 7th. In a bit of no man's land, really. Woodrow in 8th. I'm surprised, actually. I thought Woodrow might have made his way through the pack a little bit more than this. But as I say, it is a very tight track, and overtaking is very difficult actually. You've got to wait for a mistake or do it on the straight, but then again you've got to get very close to the car in front to get it done on the straight. So maybe there's just no room for Woodrow. Brian Moncarney down in 9th. Had a good second race, did Brian, but struggled a bit on the medium tyres I think in race 3. And then Brownie, well, Brownie's had to pit. We've missed it, but he's had to pit. He's got a brand new set of soft tyres on. So yeah, wrong tactics for Brownie I think tonight. He maybe should have gone with everybody else and stuck the mediums on for the final race. But you live and learn, and he's still going, which is the main thing. Unfortunately he's had to pit though. And Grasshopper has finally managed to get by Bennett and take the lead. We knew it was coming. We missed it, and apologies for that, but it was obvious it was coming. The pressure that Grasshopper was putting on Bennett. Although Bennett, he's not letting Grasshopper get away, so maybe he still fancies his chances of getting that P1 back again. Neil Farmack right up. Well, he's now next to Bennett as they all chase Grasshopper down towards turn 9. Stormfly in there as well. Neil Farmack tries to get himself on the inside at turn 9. Bennett going a little bit further round, but managed to stay in front, or has he? As they all of them go very wide through turn 9. Neil Farmack practically pushing Bennett along. Stormfly gets himself temporarily up into 3rd, but Neil Farmack takes the tighter line around turn 1 and regains P3. Stormfly has to settle back down into 4th. We have 2 minutes of this race left. Stormfly, desperate to get up onto the podium again. He obviously likes the taste of champagne. But these four having a fantastic battle, and Bennett in the Corolla is right in the thick of it. He's not letting Grasshopper get away, although Grasshopper's took the lead, and now Bennett fights back and he gets himself alongside Grasshopper. Oh, he's just slotting in. Neil Formack had to take evasive action. He wants to get in front of Bennett and does so into turn 9. So Neil Formack moves up into P2. Bennett drops down into 3rd with Stormfly all over him now. And as I said before, Stormfly really fancies his chances of getting up onto the podium, doesn't he? Bennett on the inside into turn 1. Stormfly trying to go all the way around the outside. He will be on the inside now as they go through turns 2 and 3 into the S's. And then into the hairpin, the first of the hairpins at turn 4, and Stormfly on the inside. Bennett on the outside though, he's still staying there, isn't he? He's not giving this one up. He's now on the inside. Oh, he's just missed out. Stormfly manages to get himself in front of Bennett, so Bennett slots into 4th. Fantastic racing from these guys. No contact at all. So Bennett now down to 4th, having led for most of this race. Grasshopper, I'm going to stay with these guys. Grasshopper out in front with 30 seconds to go has now coming under attack from Neil Formack. Neil Formack trying to get himself on the inside, so it's that Hyundai against the BMW. Grasshopper just in front. Stormfly, he fancies this as well as they cross the line for another lap. We are going to stay with these guys. Grasshopper having to defend for his life. Neil Formack practically pushing him along. Stormfly went the long way round, and that maybe cost him a little bit because Bennett has to get a little bit closer now through turns 2 and 3, and I don't know where we are, and I don't really care anymore. This is just fantastic racing from these guys. Grasshopper still in front, holding off Neil Formack. I'm going to stay with these guys all the way to the end of the race because this is where the fight is really taking place as they head down towards turn 8 for the final turn. Into the hairpin they go. Grasshopper in front of Neil Formack. Neil Formack just holding off Stormfly. Bennett is in there in 4th. This is better than a horse race, this is. Stormfly is starting to pull away from Bennett, so it looks like the podium is set, but in which order we don't know. It does look like Grasshopper is going to finish first ahead of Neil Formack, and he has. So Grasshopper across the line for a great win. Neil Formack 2nd, Stormfly 3rd, Bennett 4th, Scooby 5th, Stealth 6th, then Wadru in 7th, Willard Crosses in 8th, then Brownie, and then Brian Moncani. What a fantastic race from those guys. Well done to the top 4, especially Bennett. What a fantastic effort. Well done to Grasshopper for the win. Wow, I hope you can join me next week. Let's have a look where we're going to be. We are going to be at Brands Hatch. We're going to be down in Kent at the Brands Hatch, but we will be on the shorter GP circuit. So please join me for then. I shall catch you soon.